What is up, guys? We are back for another hardcore Valheim video. Last episode we defeated the Elder, and if you watched it, it was a pretty fun fight. And we were kind of just prepping to start building like an actual homestead instead of a shack. So it's good to see you guys at another video here. Pretty happy to get into it on DoughBoiFreshh 2. Season 3 has been going fantastic, so don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you don't want to miss future videos. Would be great to see you on those. Wouldn't want you to miss on any of the future action. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll see you guys in Valheim.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the road is pretty cool.
Alright. Pardon me. We are here. We have arrived. Now, we do have a decent size of coal and whatnot, so. But once we get the new base established, which is down there, we'll be able to cook up any iron that we might acquire. I sadly might have to get more bronze before we start adventuring. I don't know if I have enough bronze to make a fermenter and a boat, which is definitely stuff we will need moving forward, so it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, just bronze is that that material that you always have to go back and mine, which is a pain because you have to mine two things just to mine it. So, kind of, it is what it is, though. Iron is another one of those where you're just like, oh, do I have enough iron? And then all of a sudden, nope, and now I need more iron. And then you got to go find more swamps, and it's part of the game. So, very many gameplay hours in the old Valheim, that's for sure. I think they made it that way on purpose. They just wanted the players to be able to enjoy the game for a long time and build whatever they wanted, So, big respect to the dev team that's creating this game. They're doing a fantastic job. But it is about time to level out this ground. Now, it is mostly level already, so it'll make our job a little bit easier, which I'm pretty happy about. So we're gonna try to level out this big area here. Could probably leave those rocks there. Probably won't need too much. Oh dear. So let's go ahead and put this stuff away. Now, leveling ground, you kind of want to do it from a point, like, if I want all my ground to be this high, this is where I want my starting point to be. So, I think this shouldn't be too bad. I'll have to raise some portions and lower some portions, but I think that's actually a pretty good step. Now, they did just recently change how, like, the hoe and the hammer, like how quickly you can spam them, because they were having issues with like lag and whatnot with people, like, just spamming the mouse button and just flattening a million pixels at once. So they've recently changed that. I was like, I want to say it was 2 days ago, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. It was very recently though. So, as you can tell, the hoe is a little slow. Hoe is a little slow. Now, there are portions that you can't actually lower. Like, see how this is not going down further? You do have to smack that with a pick. So, I will get there eventually. I'm just going to try to level out all the places that I can. There are also, on the other side of the coin, be places that you cannot level upward. So that's only going to a certain point. I will have to have a crafting bench down, and I will have to use the hoe to raise ground to get that up a little bit higher. So, just part of terraforming, something you just got to do. So what I try to do is I just try to level out as best I can, which, to be honest, even though it's slower, I feel like it's a lot more, it's leveling it out a lot more reliably. Like, I'm not getting patches that are higher even though I'm standing one spot and stuff like that. So I like that a lot. So I wonder if they tweaked like the level ground physics to be a little bit more accurate to actually where you're trying to level. If they did, then fantastic job to them. That's one thing that I definitely appreciate. Being a lover of building. So places like that, you just have to, you're gonna have to pick it. It's never like too bad to go like just pick below and then just raise up, you know? See how like I picked a little bit below where my ground was, and then I can try to raise it up. You raise me up. Sorry, my voice is a horse. Wonder if that'll go. Yeah, that's good enough. Now, I'm not going to try to make this perfect. I think I'll do it like portions at a time too. Like, we have our big section here that we can, you know, level portions off whenever we want to. So I think I'll like stick to this area that I'm doing right now and just say like this will be the longhouse area, you know? Which I do want to go a little bit more in that direction. Let's go ahead and pull this over. And normally it's good to kind of, because the game, even though it is like 3D, does have blocks. So like if you see, like this is a relatively flat line where if I were to try to like do that, like, I don't know, it's weird to explain. Basically when you do stuff, there are blocks. I think this is the easiest way to explain. It's like I mined down 2 or a couple. See how that created a square? That square has its flat side in the direction that I'm actually trying to level. So I'm trying to create a rectangle on that axis, I guess. I don't know if that'd be the correct word for it, but that would be my best recommendation for building, because it definitely is really important to try to focus on that early. See how like everything, I'm getting smooth walls here. If I were going the other way, it'd be really jagged. Because that is something that you can run into annoyances when you're trying to build or flatten ground and stuff like that. Because you will have like these weird jagged edges that just do not look good. So that would be one of the better things I personally would recommend. Now there are tons of recommendation videos out there that'll teach you, you know, everything that you need to know in terms of building. So by all means, go watch some of them. They're probably a little bit smarter than me, or a little bit better at explaining certain things, so definitely do not have to listen to the Doughboy. But I have built a lot in the game, so I like to think I relatively know what I'm talking about. So what I'll do is I'll just try to level the ground a little bit. Oh, that's it for that. But I'll try to level the ground a little bit more in that way, just to kind of get the zone that I'm trying to flatten. Just grab that. And also that little axis, or not axis, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but that angle of like squares and stuff that I mentioned, it is the angle of which like your building materials can be placed. So you look at a wall, you have like certain angles, and it will line up with that square perfectly on like, you know, all sides if you were to do it. Where there are some angles where you just, you know, you'll have ground sticking through and stuff like that. So, can be annoying. If not done properly. Now, this should give me what I need. Ha! Hate the station exposed. Nonsense. Should be able to use a crafting bench when it doesn't have a roof and a wall around it, you know? Should be able to go outside and build. There we go. Just gotta do that. 6. Alright, so I'll finish up leveling this thing off, then I'll come back when everything is kind of ready to start building. I don't know if I want to do the build like with like a commentary along with it, just because I'm not super good at explaining what I'm thinking, especially when it comes to creative aspects. Holy moly. But we'll try. If it comes down to it, we're like, hey, this is what I'm gonna build, and then I just kind of do it. Don't get mad, but that could be what we end up doing. But yeah, I'll kind of see you guys after everything is flattened out. Try to make it look as good as possible, and then we'll start the build. So yeah, see you in a bit. Alright, we are back. Kind of stopped moving at the end of that time lapse because I got a phone call. It was a little awkward. It was one of those scam recordings. Freaking, they're all over the place. There's too many of them out there. They need to stop. Anywho, we got a decent sized little flattened earth around here. Now, I do need to move this. Whoops. Pick up the wood, please. Thank you. Do need to move this because I do want to build, you know, structure here. So one thing that I do, you don't have to do this, but it's something that I do, is I put, like if I'm building in a certain area, I'll try to make sure I have enough workbenches on the outside that covers the entire ground I'm building with. That way I have, you know, all building access that I need, and we'll go ahead and move this cart out of the way. There we are. Now, I would use console commands like at the end of like the building section to kind of show you guys the structures and everything like that, but they have recently changed console commands and I don't know what the new ones, I don't know how they work. So I'll just try to show you the best of my ability, you know, while we're going through the building section, what I'm doing and what I'm building. I don't really necessarily have a build in mind. I'm just gonna go with it, you know. Just gonna go with it and see what happens. And kind of a big square, so it's not really a rectangle, so could do a longhouse in like the center and leave the front area for like a little storage place, I want to say. I think that'd be pretty cool. So that's probably what I'll start with. I am gonna kind of fast forward through the building part because building is kind of one of those boring things. But yeah, I will see you guys once there is a good time to stop. Maybe once we, you know, either finish it or end up having to do something. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hopefully you enjoy the music. Okay, I am coming back. Trying to decide how I want to do the back. It's like this area here I want to like fence it in and have like a little covered forge area. But I'm not sure if I actually want to build like an extension of the building out this way. Just because I was thinking of doing like a traditional longhouse look kind of thing to it. But we might be scrapping that because I do like the idea of building out this direction here. And all these like beams in the middle here, these will be going. They're really just there to kind of guide where the floor is going to be. So it's something like if you can leave it there if you really want to. The issue that you'll run into if you do that though is when you're running through. Ooh, where'd that go? Right there. When you're running through your house, you'll actually like step on those beams, and your character will like stop moving, and it's I don't know. It's annoying to me. So it's something that I really don't like, so I try to build around it. So, and then here we'll kind of build. I wonder if I could. Wonder if I can. How bad that is to like walk over. Yeah, but you can actually kind of see it now. Like I'm walking and I'm stuck on this beam. But when you break it, you walk right over. Same thing with the floor. Like if there was a floor there and I was trying to walk over, if you're on the flooring and you're walking over it, it's perfectly fine. But when you're coming inside from like steps and stuff like that, it's just, yeah, it can cause issues. So something I personally try to work around. Yeah, I think something like this isn't too bad. Wonder if I can get. It should be good. Not bad. Like a little doorway entry here. It's like a little side portion of the house. I think now will be the time where I will kind of fill the floor in, I want to say. Normally I like to build up the walls a little bit first, but we are kind of running out of wood as well. So that's going to be something we'll have to deal with as well. Now I am going to do like a little checkerboard thingy with these floor tiles. Something I like to do. I think it looks cool. When all the, like every other floor, it's pointing in a different direction. Pardon me. Sorry. Really tried to hold that one in. And bam. Yeah, just kind of go along here, make our little chessboard of sorts. And the reason I like to build on, like raise the floor up like this, is so no matter what, your building is flat. Because if you're trying to build just straight on the ground, what you will run into, even if you level out the ground really evenly, is you'll have portions of ground come through the floor. You'll have, you know, all sorts of nonsense like that happen. So something I like to avoid just by doing this. Just makes it just a little bit more consistent. Until I can't place stuff. And then bam. I'm out of wood. Let's pick up that and go bam. And then bam. Pick up more wood. I'm definitely gonna need to do another wood run, unfortunately. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but that was wishful thinking. And then boom, and boom. And then we're just gonna, we're gonna completely mess that up. Oh. Alright, then we're just going to go ahead and go along here and place these ones down. Now, if you're having trouble getting something in the right spot, best thing I can recommend is get your cursor exactly on the part that you want it to clip to, because your cursor will actually kind of tell it exactly where you want it. It'll clip to that specific structure, so something that took me kind of a while to get used to, because I was so used to Minecraft building, which I guess is the same thing. You put your cursor on a block and you can put the block on it. But I was so used to everything being, you know, exactly the same level as each other, so I never really had to think about that, you know. Where in this, you have things that are different height, you have things that are different size, so getting them on each other can be a little weird sometimes if you're not used to it. So, but as you saw, my hammer broke. I was hoping it wouldn't break until I could get some form of wall and roof above a bench, but you can see that didn't work. So I'll see you guys back at the house after we go and fix our stuff. So I'll see you in a second. All right, and we are back. Fixed up our hammer. I should be able to finish the flooring, get myself like 2 walls put down, and then move a crafting bench inside. That way I can just repair here. I don't have to worry about going back home to do that. So that'll ultimately be much better, because I don't have to waste time running home. And just 3 more. And I think this is the part where I will kind of break these. We'll kind of get a little bit of wood back as well. The thing I really don't like is that this takes stamina. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You are breaking a wooden beam with a hammer, so that definitely would not be an easy thing to do. Can be tedious at times, especially if you're building like a huge building and you realize like the roofing doesn't work, so you have to like break it all, and yeah, I've had that happen several times. So but I mean, that's a pretty decent start. This is what I meant about the Grom though. Like, I really like that kind of checkerboard feel to it, you know, something that I really like, so I try to do it in a lot of my builds. I'll go ahead and kind of do the same thing we did in the back here with like kind of the tilted ladder or tilted stairs there going up to the doorway. Now the doorway itself, probably gonna make it open. First things first, so let's go ahead and, I mean, let's just pick a wall. And then build a crafting bench in the middle of it. Now this obviously will not be staying, this will be going. But this will allow me to repair my hammer when I need to. So there we go. That should work. There we are. And now I can actually just break this one now that I have one closer. And then we have, oh, not a whole lot. Do I want logs? Nah. I was thinking if I wanted to get like core wood logs to make this, because logs are really, really nice for building purposes, and such. They look better than these little wood things do, and I think they're like more structurally sound, I want to say. I believe they are. But this'll work for now. It's not too bad. And then what I'll do is we will extendo Patronus this thing out, you know? That way I can get... I don't know if it's going to cover my full roof, but that'll be the actual goal, is to cover... Or not roof, sorry, stairs. Either way, it'll give it a nice... It'll give it, like, depth. It's definitely something that looks really good in building in this game, is when you give your building, like, depth. So, doesn't look too bad. One thing I didn't think about, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. One thing, if you are new to building in this game, and you're building structures, you don't have to worry about messing up. In all honesty, you don't lose any materials, you don't lose anything. Really, the worst thing you lose is just time spent to build it, you know? So never be worried about trying something new, like trying a new build out, because, you know, it's not gonna hurt you. Definitely not gonna affect you in any way negatively. I think we just do this. And then let's build bear. Bam. Bam. And I'll probably try to toy around with this a little bit as well, to make it look nicer. I do like to experiment a lot with buildings. That doesn't look too bad for an entryway. I would like to have a bit more of a hang down over here, but I don't want it to look stupid. Like, would that look stupid? Yeah. Does it? Do it on this side. Kind of. But yeah, I like to experiment a lot with my builds. I'll just kind of slap pieces down, even if, you know, they suck or I end up breaking them. It's not gonna hurt the build. At this point, should we just maybe just build walls around it now? One thing I do like to do, also gives your building like a feeling of depth, is in a lot of games, like survival games like Rust and stuff, you have like soft sides and hard sides to your walls. In this game, when I first started, I just assumed the flat side right there was your soft side, and that was, or I mean your hard side, and that was your soft side. There really is no hard or soft side in this game. It's really just for looks. That's all it is. So I started building with what I assumed early on was the inside of the walls. Started building with them pointing outward, and it gives your building that depth that I was mentioning. So it's something that I personally really enjoy doing now, and I do it all the time. So definitely toy around with that as well. You can also like put half walls in there at some point to make the, you know, little beams going across, make them at different sections, and just give it, you know, give it a nice little look. That'll be like a cart area, I want to say. Maybe I'll put a shed there. Man, this is coming along. I am running short on time. My goal was to make this a little bit of a shorter video anyways, so I think we will end up finishing up our build tomorrow. Tomorrow for me, I guess, when I'm recording it. Should be posting the day after this one posts, so it should still be tomorrow for everybody. But to end up this one, I'm going to... Can I hit both of these? Yeah. I'm gonna mine up, or not mine up, but chop up a bunch of wood. And get ready. That way we don't have to do that tomorrow. So, oh, ow, 27 damage. This is hardcore. Could have ended me. That would have been so sad. Imagine beating 2 bosses and then dying to a tree while you're doing a building video. Holy moly, that would be really sucky. Anyways, I will go and farm up this wood here, and I'll see you guys after I've gotten myself a little bit of farming done, and then we'll kind of tie up a video at that. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, we are back. I didn't get quite as much wood as I was hoping I would get, but as you can see, it is nighttime. I'm getting swarmed with gray dwarfs, like brutes and shamans and stuff. Killed quite a bit of them. Got a seed, got a, you know, bunch of resin and all that. So it is what it is, but we'll go ahead and run home real fast and then cut the episode there. Do appreciate you if you made it this far. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. I know this was a little bit of a less action-packed video. We're just at a portion of the game where, you know, we're not running around and exploring currently. We're just trying to make sure that we are ready to do so when the time comes, which it is coming very soon. I'm thinking in about 2 episodes, depending on how quickly the build takes to finish, and then getting more bronze for a boat. I'm hoping in 2 episodes we will be inside of a sunken crypt farming up iron. So that is the goal. Next episode, the goal is to, we're going to get, you know, the rest of the wood that we need. Hopefully we won't need too much. And then we'll kind of finish that house. We're not going to make it look super fancy. We're not going to spend all the time to put all the intricate details in there just yet. We'll kind of do that as we progress. So for now, we'll just kind of get the, you know, structure built and set there. And then that's where we will kind of just, you know, we'll be happy with what we have there. So that will be the goal for next episode. This episode, we got a very good start on it. So I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made. Progress is definitely good. The blacksmithy area in the back of the house is something that I will really enjoy putting together. I did it on my main server, put like a little blacksmither area at the back of my house, and it was super cool. So probably do something a little similar, but I'll definitely try to make it something new. Just, you know, you never want to sit there and do the same thing over and over again. You always want to mix it up, bro. So. And then the episode after that, we will need to finish up our bronze, because we do need to get more bronze to be able to finish up what we need. We need fermenter, which takes 5 bronze, I believe, if I remember correctly. And then I do want a pickaxe, because once we go into sunken crypts, this thing ain't going to last too long. So, pickaxe and a fermenter is what we will be shooting for bronze-wise. But yeah, again, I appreciate you guys for making it this far. Don't forget to thumb up if you have enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. As always, stay fresh and take care.